Hello, Sue here from Sue's Toddbrook Knife Kitchen. I hope you're all well and not going too crazy in the nutty world we now find ourselves living with all the lockdown rules, and we never know what's going on and which layer of system we're in and what level we're at and what the rules are that apply to those levels, because they're forever changing, aren't they, every day? So apparently they're not tight enough, are they, by Sage? And now they want to tighten them up even more. I mean, what the hell do you want to do to people? I mean, they're already going nuts. And how much more tightening are you going to do to people? I mean, we're already losing all our businesses. We can't open our business, and up the road can't open their business. So well done, the government and the WHO and all of the United Nations and all of the people involved in this who are clamping down on us. All right. So that's all I've got to say about that. That's really depressing. Anyway, so today what I'm going to do is make a really nice soup. I'm making a Russian, originated from Russia, Ukraine actually, and part of the Soviet Union, soup called borscht, and it's a beetroot soup, and I have it in this book called Soups and Trousers. I've used this book before to make some bread actually. There's nice bread recipes in here, but today, so we're on a low carb. I know that beetroot is a bit high carby because it's quite sweet and it's a root vegetable. In fact, all these vegetables I'm using today are root vegetables. So there's probably a few little carbs in here, but not many. But I'm going to be using, so this table looks amazing. It's all pretty colours on here. So I'm going to be making this borscht soup today for me and my partner. So I've reduced down the amount of ingredients because we don't need as much ingredients as what it says in this book. So I'll read out the ingredients to you, which I have all laid out on the table, all cut up. You don't need to see me cutting things up, it's a bit boring. So I've done it already. So I'll just read out the ingredients to you. I've got my glasses here. I'll try to keep everything in front of me today. So the ingredients to serve for is 5 raw beetroot. So I'm using 3 raw beetroots, which is about 1 kilogram it says here, which is £2 4 ounces of beetroot. So that's to serve 4 people. I've got 3 beetroots and I'm serving 2 people. And then you need 70 grams of 2.5 ounces of butter. So I've reduced that down to half, okay, so that's, well actually I've used 50 grams of butter, not 70 but 50. Then 2 onions, thinly sliced. So I haven't got any normal onions, I've got shallots, so I've used 2 shallots which I've sliced here. So they're sliced up here in this bowl, so there's 2 shallots there. And then you need 3 carrots. Remember, that's to serve 4, I'm serving 2, so I'm using 2 carrots, thinly sliced, so I've done that already. And then you need 3 celery sticks. So I've used 2 celery sticks and I've sliced them as well. There you go. And then it says you need 6 tomatoes. So I've used 3 tomatoes, and I've actually just put them through a sieve. I warmed them up in the microwave and I've actually just pureed them into a sort of puree to get all the seeds and the skin off. But it says here that you've got to peel them and de-seed them and chop them. So I've just put them in the microwave and then put them through a sieve rather than chop them up, because you've got to take all the tiny little seeds out. Wow. And then 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I haven't got any red wine vinegar, so I'm just using some red wine, which I've got in here. And then it says 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm not using a tablespoon of sugar because we want it as low a carb as possible, even though beetroot is quite sweet and quite carby. So we don't want to add any more sugar to it. So we're just going to use a little bit of honey, okay, just a little bit. So we'll probably just use like a dessert spoonful of honey, that's all. And then it says 2 cloves of garlic finely chopped. So I've used 1 clove of garlic and I finely chopped it into this little pot here. And then it says 1 bouquet garni. So I've made a bouquet garni here, and I've just tied an elastic band around this. So it's rosemary, dill, mint and coriander in this one, but you can use whatever you want in your bouquet garni, or you can buy those little sachets that you can get, dried bouquet garni. But you have to take it out, okay? So you don't want all the sticks, okay? But if you've got fresh, then use that, that'd be best. The second best is frozen, which is what I've got. So what I do is when I go to the supermarket sometimes, I buy those small packets of herbs and then I just put them straight in the freezer and I use them like that. Haven't actually got any grown. I actually have rosemary outside and probably some oregano, but when I decided to do this recipe it's already dark outside, so I wasn't going to go scrambling around in my garden in the dark, and it's absolutely freezing outside today. Now it is, it's freezing. Just 1 pint of vegetable stock with just 2 vegetable stock cubes in here, okay? And then you just need some salt and pepper. I'm actually not going to put any salt in it because the reason why is because the vegetable stock, OXO cubes, already have salt in them, quite a lot of sodium. So I'm not going to add extra salt into that. I was going to put some Himalayan salt in, but I won't at the moment. So what I'll do is a taste test, and if I think it needs more salt, I'll just add a little bit of it in there. And some pepper. So I've got white pepper today, or you can use ground pepper. I haven't got my grinder working. I've given up with it. So now I'm just using this powdered white pepper. It's quite strong as well, white pepper. Woohoo! And then you need sour cream and rye bread to serve. Right, we're not using rye bread, we're using my low-carb keto bread, which I made in another video, so that you can see how to make this low-carb bread. I've made it in a bread making machine, but I'm also going to make it by hand as well, okay? And then you need some chopped fresh dill to garnish. I haven't got any fresh dill to garnish, it's in the middle of winter now, and so I'm not going to be putting any garnish on. And you need some sour cream to just put like a blob on the top. So I have the sour cream here ready for that. That's at the ends just to make it look pretty, really. So that's it. So there's quite a few ingredients. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you include the salt and the pepper, 15 ingredients altogether. So how to cook it? Right, I've prepared it already, so you don't have to see me grating and cutting and chopping. So first of all, what you do is peel and coarsely grate 4 of the beetroots, which will be 2 in my case. So I've grated 2 beetroots there. And you're going to melt the butter in a large saucepan. So let's put our saucepan on the cooker and put the heat on, and then we'll put the butter in. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do, to heat up the butter. So we'll put the butter in this saucepan to melt. And then you're going to add the onions and cook over a low heat, stirring occasionally for 5 minutes or until soft. So the first thing to do is to add your onions, let your butter melt a bit, turn the heat down, you don't want them to scorch. Can you see that? Oh, you can't see. Let's just turn the camera a bit. So in this pan I've just got the onions, okay? I've just sliced them up, and so when they come apart they'll just be like onion rings, okay? Not chopped up, just sliced. It said sliced. And then once that's done, so we've added that, stirring occasionally, and then you're going to add the grated beetroots, carrots and celery, and cook stirring occasionally for another 5 minutes. So we just keep the onions in first, because the onions always take the longest to cook. Oh, it smells lovely though, I must say. Yummy smell. Oh, I love the smell of onions, don't you, when they're cooking? They smell absolutely amazing. So what it says here, so I've done 2 of the beetroots and put them on this plate. And then with the other extra beetroot that you've got, you grate that separately and you put it on a separate plate, because you're going to put that in a bit later, and I think that's so that you actually have a bit of crunch. This takes quite a long time to cook. It takes, in all, 1¼ hours to cook. Quite a long time, isn't it? I think it'll be ready before that. Once your vegetables are all soft, I think it's cooked then. So, and if you've grated all you know, your beetroot, it's not going to take that long to cook, and the carrots don't take that long to cook. So now we've left our onions in the pan for a few minutes. So we're going to now add this big plate of beetroot into there. So that's it. There we are. So give that a stir. Mix your carrots. Then you're going to just add all of the other vegetables. These celery sticks, put them in, and your carrot sticks, same colour as my jumper. Put them in. Very, 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 very pretty. So we'll just leave that there for a few minutes to combine. Okay, and then stir occasionally for another 5 minutes. Increase the heat to a medium and add the tomatoes, vinegar, sugar and garlic. Okay, so in a minute we'll add the other things I just said. I'll read them out again. Okay. So this is what it looks like at the moment. It's a very pretty colour, very colourful. Right, the reason why we've chosen to do this soup today is because I bought some raw beetroot the other week, and we need to eat it up because otherwise it's wasted. So I saw this lovely, lovely fresh beetroot in the supermarket, and it had the leaves on and everything, and it lasts for quite a long time in the fridge, and I bought these before Christmas actually, and they've lasted so long, but now I need to actually use them up, and that's all we're going to eat today is some soup, because we're on this low carb, high fat diet. But I know that you're not really supposed to eat root vegetables because they're quite sweet, they have carbs in. But I have my keto bread, so it should be alright, a balance kind of thing. So it should be fine. But normally you don't eat root vegetables when you're on a low carb, high fat diet because root vegetables contain sugar. Okay? Just thought I'd tell you that. But never mind, we're using them today. Oh, it smells really lovely. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely smell coming from that. And it looks absolutely stunning. Wow, what a beautiful colour. Wow. I'll show you again in a minute once I've added the rest of the ingredients. So the rest of the ingredients. So now we're going to add the tomatoes, the vinegar, the sugar and the garlic and the bouquet garnet. So we're going to put the bouquet garnet in. We're going to put the garlic in. We're going to put the tomato in. I've basically pureed my tomato. I found it was easier than trying to chop it and take all the seeds out. I don't know how on earth you're supposed to do that. Alright, just mix that around a bit. Try not to disturb the bouquet garnet too much. Right, it smells delicious. And then we're going to put in the, when do we put that? Oh right, so I'm going to put in the wine as well, which is supposed to be red wine vinegar, but I haven't got that, so I can't use it. And a bit of the honey. So I'm going to just use a dessert spoon of honey. But it says here you're supposed to use 1 tablespoon of sugar, so I'm just using 1 dessert spoon of honey. So you can use honey as well. Get it to come out of the pot. It's very, very cold in my kitchen. It's a really cold kitchen. Sorry if you can hear that noise. That is actually this massive fridge over here that comes on. I have noticed when I do the videos, when I edit them, I can hear all these background noises. I can't really do anything about them because they are actually part of the function of the kitchen. And like freezers coming off. I've got a freezer and a massive fridge there, a great big, huge fridge. That's what you can hear right now. Right. And sometimes I have my dishwasher on, but I haven't got that on today. Right, so that smells so good. Whoa. And that's what it looks like now. It looks absolutely, can you see it under the steam? So there you go, look what it looks like. It's gorgeous colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. So leave that on there for a second while we, then you need to put your pepper and your salt in. So I'm only going to use pepper at the moment, like I just said. So a big pinch of pepper. I'm not putting salt in at the moment because, as I just said, the stock cubes actually have salt in, and I don't want it to taste too salty. And if I do need to add some salt, I'll add it. I'll do a taste test and I'll see how it tastes. Okay, but I won't put any in at the moment. Okay, and then pour the stock and bring to the boil and reduce the heat and cover and simmer for 1¼ hours. So that's the next bit. So I'm just going to put the stock on now. There's the stock. So I've got a pint of stock, well actually 1½ pints of stock in here. Because it's only me and my partner who's going to have this soup. Colour. It's just amazing. Oops, I just slopped it on my stove. I just want you to see this. Hold on, I need to get a tea towel. Just wipe that off. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It's beautiful. The colours are amazing. The carrots have actually turned a beautiful pinky reddy colour. Looks gorgeous. So now we're just going to put a lid on that. So I'm going to have to go and get myself a lid. I don't know if this one fits. So I've got to go and get a lid, but basically I'll be back once it's done, which it's in about an hour or so's time, and then I'll show you the finished product with the sour cream on the top, okay, and the bread, okay. So, woohoo! I'll see you again in a little while. So bye for now. Bye. Hello, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Rock Knife Kitchen, and I hope you're all well and the nutty world we now find ourselves living. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update of the Borscht soup. I hope that's what it is. I can't remember now. Anyway, it's been like 2 hours since I started the soup. So I've done the soup and it's now sitting here. I'm just going to move it over to the counter. And it's quite a thin soup. Thin. And I need to take the bouquet garlic out. So I need to take that out. So you don't want that in there with all the sticks and everything. So you have to fiddle out where it's gone. Where's it gone? Oh, here it is. There it is. It smells a very earthy soup because of it's obviously beetroot. So there it is there. And you don't want that in there because and it's quite a thin soup, but it's quite thick as well with all the beetroot and carrot and everything. But actually, as in the texture of the soup, it's quite thin. So we're going to put some in these bowls now. So I've never had this before, by the way, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. But I'll try anything once. Borscht soup. Anyway, I think that's what it is. I forgot now. Anyway, I think I've given my partner all the veg. Yeah, I seem to have given him all the veg and I've got all the water. Okay, I might have to scoop some out of this bowl and put it in one. Anyway, it looks like a really pretty colour. I don't know if you can see that. It's really, really pretty colour. Anyway, so that's going to do me. I don't want any more. That'll be fine. And then on top of that, we need a bit of texture. Hold on, I have to just steal a bit. is. Okay, just stole a bit. Okay, so I'll leave this on the stove here. And then I've got some sour cream here, so it said to put sour cream on it. Put some sour cream and dill, but I haven't actually got any dill, so we just have the sour cream on it. And some rye bread, and we're going to have our low carb bread that I made, which is in another video if you want to go ahead and look at that. And it was low carb bread that I made in the bread making machine. So there you are. So there's our two soups that I've made. Borscht soup, Borscht soup, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, there's our soup. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Whether you did or you didn't, I don't care. I just enjoy making these videos. I find it hilarious when I watch myself. I will look back on them and I'm like, oh my God, Sue, what are you saying? I find myself hilarious, actually. It's great that you can laugh at yourself. That's what you need to be able to do if you want to create YouTube videos. Nothing I ever do ever goes according to plan, by the way. So I'm quite surprised this actually worked. So I hope it tastes as good as it looks, because it looks really, really lovely. Beautiful colours, and with the sour cream on the top, it looks absolutely amazing. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, and tell your friends and family about my channel. And I just hope that I can give you some joy in your life. And if I am, please leave me a comment below, and if you'd like the recipe for this soup, just ask me below and I'll put the recipe up. That goes for any recipe on any of my videos. If you'd like the recipe, ask me and I'll put the recipe up. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my video, and look out for my next video. I'm not sure what I'm making next, but just wait and see, eh? Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now. Bye.